Microsoft has invested $88 billion this last year, tied largely to building data centers. And a big piece of that is pointed straight to the West Valley. So the company added 7 million square feet to the US, another 5 million overseas, and they say demand for computing power is still running hotter than supply. Basically, they need more space, more power, and they need it fast. What does that mean for us here in the Valley? Well, in El Mirage, Microsoft paid $258 million cash for 283 acres along Northern Parkway, and that stacks on top of the 150 acres they already control inside the 1,400-acre logistics center at Copperwing. Now, City Council signed off on a site plan change this past April to add a third data center building, about 245,000 square feet to that campus. Now, the direction is clear. They're building a real footprint. Then in Goodyear, they're also growing the 5-building, $1.5 billion campus that's near the airport. One building around 290,000 square feet is up, another 250,000 is nearly done, and that site dates back to a 272-acre land buy back in 2018. And they're still moving. So if you put El Mirage and Goodyear together, you've got a serious investment in the West Side. Now, if we zoom out for a second, Microsoft's global real estate footprint now sits near 97 million square feet, roughly 1,427 football fields, which is crazy. And roughly half of that is owned. They also say they're operating more than 400 data centers across 70 regions. And that scale matters because it tells you this isn't just a one-off, it's part of a much bigger build. But there is some pushback. So across the country, some communities are pushing back on data center growth over power, water, and noise. We saw a multi-billion-dollar project get voted down in Tucson this month, and a court in DC area tossed zoning changes tied to a huge campus there. Even around the valley, a few cities have tightened rules on where the future sites can go. So while the West Valley projects are advancing, the broader conversation is definitely getting louder. But what does all this mean for you? Well, in the short term, you can expect construction and steady pipeline of operation jobs tied to these campuses, plus more demand from nearby housing, services, and industrial space. Longer term, it cements the West Valley as part of the country's cloud backbone, which attracts more tech and logistic investments right behind it. What do you think? Is Microsoft's investment here in the Valley a good thing, or is it just too much? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and I'm Brad Armstrong, a local realtor, and I stay on top of what's happening around the Valley so you don't miss a thing. So follow for more updates just like this.